Good afternoon. Hey, Fritz. Vice question. Man, I just started. You're already asking questions? Is the light on the wisp a visual change, or does it provide actual light if actual light is summoned via the same system as the other summons? So I think you're referring to it being real light, as in affecting light levels for monsters to not spawn, right? It should act the same way as like when you hold a torch. So I could test it because we got the little pet right now. I created an awesome block called the debug block, and when I put it down somewhere, it could tell me the light levels, right? So this is what we're looking at here. It looks like a time of day, max light. So I feel like the max light of being 22 is because of this guy. Let's lead him away. Oh, wait, I have him to where he's waiting for me here. Boop. All right, buddy. Come on, follow me. So right now he kind of lumbers around. Whoops. Oh, okay. So you, I'll have you wait right there. I don't know where that block went, so I'm just going to put one here. So it looks like only block light. I don't see any change. So it's most likely just an artificial light. Which I guess would make sense, right? Like, it's not technically a block light. And if I hold a torch, let's take a look here. Yeah, even with me holding a torch this close, it doesn't do anything. So yeah, it's not going to be a light that would affect spawn rates or anything. But I mean, the fact that it is a visual light, I think I prefer that. I don't want it to like mess with like things spawning or anything. Let it be just a light that you see, right? There you go. All right. Yeah, you keep waiting right there. You keep waiting. So yeah, I was just, you know, the prototype for the Wisp. I don't know if I'm going to put a shader on it. I don't really see the point in putting a shader on it. Then did you calculate the speed of the Wisp? Well, you're talking about like, yeah, I mean, I adjusted the speed of the Wisp. It kind of just lumbers around and follows you. See, so now I'm over here and it's starting to turn towards me. And it just kind of floats around. Now, there is no, like, block per second, really. For the flying creatures, it's a gradual kind of parabola of having it speed up to slow down. There is technically a speed modifier on it, of course, but it's not really measured in, like, blocks per second, because that could vary. But, you know, you're running around, like if you're sprinting through a forest or something, it does go slower. Right? So see, it's just kind of... And if I jerk, you know, right, turn a little suddenly, it's got to have that time to, like, swoop back over. Kind of overshoots you, gets a little closer, and then it just kind of hovers and waits. So something like this, and this is what I'm testing, right? Like, can you find your way to me? It steps up, right? Like you just saw there, kind of does its own little thing. There is a teleport to player. You have to go pretty far for it, though, to have it do that. Because see, like right now, it's not like teleporting to me, and you know, I just ran randomly in a direction, and you see the light kind of coming through. So like they can teleport if there's like a timer that has been exceeded. Other than that, you know, you just gotta you just gotta wait for them. See, like right now, it looks like, yep, there's a solid branch here. Oh, and the little guy's right there, just kind of peeking over the bush. So far, it seems like it seems like the AI, the way it's like keeping up with you, following you, is pretty good out of the gate. You know, like it handles like, you know, like I was a couple blocks down there, right? But if I do something like this, right? He is finding his way to me, so he is traversing up the ramp, right, and going down to get to me. And with his drift, what he does, like if he goes too far and drifts too far, he starts to like correct, right, and he starts to come back closer to you, and then just hovers. So overall, like it's been pretty solid, pretty darn solid. And for that override, if you have your pet waiting for you, I tested this, and then you go somewhere like really far away, it looks like your pet will just stay where it is, right, until you come back. Right, so like I'm pretty far away. He's not, you know, coming over to me. I'm actually so far away now that I don't even see where, like it's not rendering his light or him. But you know, if he was following me, he would have like teleported to me. But since I had him stay, he's just gonna stay there, which is a pretty neat thing. So that means like if you have like a pet, and this is for all pets, right? If he's in your house, or you have a pet in your house and you have them waiting for you, they're not gonna like teleport into the world, right? Like when you're like on a boat, you know, in the middle of the ocean. Now what you could do is go back in, right, to your pets, and then dismiss them and resummon them, right? And then you'd be right, you know, where you are. So you could do that with your pets. I think trying to stay about 2 blocks would be helpful, as it keeps smacking into blocks. I don't know what you mean. I think it looks pretty interesting. Little boy. And it's interesting how it, like, you notice, like, when it comes to you, it, like, darts to the ground, and then that helps to stop its momentum. So it doesn't keep, like, swirling past you, right? Like, going back, forth, over, and continuously trying. Trying to stay at about player head height. Sorry, trying to stay at about player head height. What do you mean? I mean, it floats up enough. It is kind of player head height. But I didn't even do that. That's just like how the navigation, the traverse path, is handling a flying creature right now. I meant while it's moving. So I did have an artificial kind of like boost up. It didn't work out too well, Fritz. It shot it up in the air too high, and then it just kept like hovering, bouncing, hovering, like trying to get close enough to you. So at least this way it can be useful, right? Because it's a light source. As it was going up in the air, it went like a good 7 blocks up, which made the area dark around me, right? Until it started to come back down, and by that time it was picking up more momentum and bouncing around. Make it spin 2 times faster and a black hole opens. Yeah, I wanted to make it spin really fast, because I'm not sure if it's going to be like a shader kind of pet. Like if it's even going to have a model. I have no idea. I was thinking about giving these things health. Like, you know, just something that's like, you know, maybe 2-3 hit points. I don't know. I don't know yet. But that's just a prototype anyways. I got a couple different wisp types. They all give white light right now. But I figured, you know, making one or the other, like, it wouldn't be too bad to make different variants of it. Yeah. All right. So what am I going to work on now? Let's bring back which pet? You got to have the right pet. Seems like I have the golden fox out a lot. But instead of that, I'm going to... There we go. We'll have this one. Oop. My little rabbit. Dark fairy. This does look really cool though. Nice. Yeah, the pet system is pretty awesome. Like I feel like it's become my favorite part. Wait, where's the fish pet? That fucking fish pet, man. That fish pet. The lips on that fish pet. I don't know. My god, someone must make the recreation of weather mod from VC. Oh, Blurry, you're talking about like the big tornadoes and stuff? Oh my god, I love that mod. That mod was so cool. It's like your siren would start to go off and you're like, oh shit. You go in your house and you got your little grid and you see like the T1 or C1 or whatever coming in and you're like, okay, I can't go outside. Ooh, fish pet in a bubble. No, Blurry, it's not in a bubble. It is a fucking fish with these little tweezer legs, these little chicken thigh legs. That's what that is, Blurry. Yeah, the tornado mod. I love that mod. But see, like with following me, this rabbit, you don't see it right now. It has the opportunity to like run to you. But if I get far enough away and then I go to like where a solid block would be, like over here, it will teleport to you. It tries to find, after so much time, they try to find the closest thing. If they can't naturally run to you, they find like the closest thing to like teleport to, you know, to get to you within like it's like a 5 or 7 block range, like box of your position. Yeah, the tornado mod would be freaking sweet. All right, what are we working on? What are we gonna work on? See how there's no way he could have got up here. He teleported to me. All right, we'll just have you wait right here. I think this is actually where I spawned in this throwaway world. I got a couple things that I need to do. Most of the update, I mean, it's kind of done. I have another alpha. There were a couple things that I'm fixing. Armor is the big thing. Actually making it to where I remember someone telling me that there's a way to like trick my soulbound system, like the armor, to like be able to equip like armor that's not soulbound to you. That shit was fixed. So now if you have someone's armor, no matter how you try to put it on, right? So we'll take this off. If I try to put this on, it actually instantly drops it now. If it finds its way on your person at all, it will drop it and it says this item is not bound to you. I had some kind of expletive in there before, but I toned it back. So I think the only thing that I need to really work on, I created a new item. It's a new transmog stone, and it's a transmog stone that can change the shape of your armor. So ideally I can come into here, the biggest way I could show you, right? It's like the apprentice hat. You know, let's say I have the apprentice hat. There's only one set right now, the Wanderer set, but I created the system to where when I create more armor sets, I could just add them to this list and you'd be able to, you know, change your armor appearance. Because I was looking through like the Vintage Story mods, and we have like maybe 2 or 3 mods that actually add like unique looking armor, right? Something unique. We need more. So like I can change the circlet here, boop, into like the mage hat. And see, I can't soulbind it to me. I'm gonna have to like, or I can't wear it because it's not soulbound. Soul binding has started. There we go. See, now I can put it on and I got my, like the old style magic hat. Wait, am I an armor thief? I don't know. Are you? Is that a confession? Dark Wolf. Hey there, how are you? Quick question at the moment. ATM, there are staffs with different names like Elvish, Conjure, and many others. Do they have a purpose like boosting specific spells, or they are just for looks, my friend, just for looks? I actually have a couple more that I have to put in, but it's a looks thing right now. The whole point of like having the different like armor looks and staff looks is to make you feel like you're a custom mage, right? You're not a cookie cutter and everyone has like the same staff of archmage staff or whatever. You know, if you have a certain color that you like, you can colorize things. But yeah, they're all kind of the same. If you look here, and I'll show you, give you an example. There are 3 tiers of your staff, right? So if you have an apprentice, a magician's, or an archmage, yes, that absolutely does change your stats, because the higher up you go, you get more spell haste. So right now, right, the magician's staff here gives you 25% spell haste, right? The regular staff, it's only 5 because I'm a rust mage, so it's giving me 5%. And then up to like 50%, right? So like, even though the staff may be the same, the gemstone in the middle, right, is like changing colors there. That actually is like the little indicator of like, you have an archmage staff of like this druid staff, right? So it allows you to, you know, kind of be whatever you want to be. If you want to be like a druid, and maybe I end up making a druid-like set of armor, right? You could role play as the kind of mage you want, was the idea. Personally, I like necromancers, right? Like that's just what I like, right? I think they're cool, badass. You know, if I want to make a freaking purple necromancer like Reaper blade, right? Like, this could be my staff, and I can cast spells with it. You know what I mean? So I can be like what I want. Need to find my old Rust Rabbit model. Sadly, not a very good staff, Bash. Oh, for hitting? Yeah. Yeah, these do like little damage. You're not supposed to be meleeing something with your staff. It's all looks, man. It's looks. I think my favorite staff, though, is the Nebula staff. Like, I love the Reaper staff, but the Nebula staff, like the way it swirls, this is like one of my favorites by far. And, you know, again, right, it's just a looks thing, but it's pretty cool, you know. I think it's pretty cool. I can feel like a mage. All right, so I think the only thing that I really need to do is I'm trying to source ideas for like how you get like upgraded armor. It's kind of going all over the place, kind of stalled out, so I'll give it more time. But for now, for the alpha, I think I just need to make a recipe for it. Just make a recipe. I have a recipe right now to make the apprentice stuff. I'm a muscle wizard. Do you even lift, bro? Brethren? There you go, muscle. You know what, Fritz? I would believe you're a muscle wizard with you trying to pitch the idea of having like the magic stone throwing spell that just throws a stone. You cast a spell and it throws a stone. Maybe you are like a muscle wizard at heart. It's all coming together now. I call myself Brickman. So I think the easiest thing to do is I can create the recipes to make the you know, the other sets of armor. For now, I'll just have it to where I'll replace like this part or one of the parts with like the old set of armor, so at least you're like recycling it. And at least that's a stopgap until like an idea kind of comes out, right? Like, I don't know. You know, an idea of like how to get this equipment. Like how do you upgrade from a tier 1 piece of armor to a tier 2, right? Like, what does that look like? I can be creative with it, but I don't want to create a system where it's like, well, you create this new block entity that does all this stuff, and then you have to do all this unique stuff. You know what I mean? Because you don't upgrade your armor that often. You know? Fucking Blackguard casting strength, wielding a halberd, and full plate. Man, they better cast agility too if they have full plate on. I'm just saying. Yeah, I specifically made some of the spells to like synergize with, you know, like Blackguard and stuff. Okay, now I want a brick summoner build. Blurry? Come on, man. No, you don't. No, you don't. I can feel your brain waves from here. I don't think you do. I don't think you do. Let's get out of that world. We'll delete it. I could show the new spell duplication system. It's now a multi-block structure. And I think I ironed everything out with that. Oh, and I could show off the new it may not seem like a lot, but I revamped the spell, like the highlights. There we go. Let's make it daytime. So this is the new structure for spell duplication. If you break something, of course it goes, you know, it goes away. So you can hold sneak, right? And normally you'd have to keep holding sneak. You don't have to anymore. As long as you don't look at the main block while not sneaking, it actually, like, the outline stays, right? So you can go, you know, pick up your pieces, come back and be like, yep, I need to put this here, right? And then when you complete it, it will automatically shut it off for you, right? So you can look at it to shut it off, or you can just complete your structure and it shuts it off again. And this is kind of like an idea I took from the old ritual altar stuff. So the crystals are actually going to be used as stabilizers, you know, for the kind of spell you want to duplicate. Oh, hey, I was working on the stuff in this world. Let's bring the real Mr. Fuzzy Nuts back. Gold Fox, baby. There we go. All right. Come over here, Mr. Fuzzy Nuts. Mr. FN. There you go. Now you will wait for me. Have fun. Probably sit down, lay down. It's going to be a while, buddy. Yeah, so basically, you know, it's a multi-block structure. Depending on the rune stones that you put down, you'll be able to duplicate, you know, certain spells. If you try to use like basic rune stones and do a tier 3 spell, it's gonna be bad. you will have negative status effects hit you. Oh, look at that, man, he's laying down. Good job. So I think you get the tier 2 armor by attuning it to an upgraded respective nexus. You mean with the caps? Because there's the block itself, there are no upgrades for a nexus. Or I should say, I call them essence generators now, because their names are so wildly different. An essence generator. Oh, here, let me show you. This is the completed guidebook. Obviously, I don't have anything for the Moon Well or the Soul Well yet, because I don't have Lunar Magic or Soul Magic going. But everything else, oh, and this right here, which is the Avatar of Essence, right? So, like, that's the whole attunement system I talked about. Those are the 3 things that are, like, offline. But everything else, I have all the guides typed out. I have smart searches for things, right? So you want to see what something is. Magitrix, oh, that's how you make it, right? And then a blurb in here, right, to give you like the down and dirty of like what each thing does. I put some work into this because I know documentation has always been a shortcoming. But yep, like all the typed out information should be here, should be in pretty decent English. I may have a couple typos here and there, maybe something that doesn't have a link that should. But yeah. Oh, and what are the unlock requirements for the familiars now? So I did rename them. Instead of making them familiars, I just call them pets now. On the back end, they're still registered as a familiar, but it felt weird calling them a familiar when non-magic users can also use these pets. You don't have to be a mage to have your little pet follow you. Right now, every single pet, it can drop off of a creature of the same type, right? So if you want to get a chance for a mini bear pet, you have to kill bears. And it's a rare drop, right? So you're not going to have a whole repertoire of these things unless you actually put some animals down, right? Like you have to really try, right? But the whole goal is that I wanted to make something that's going to be valuable to magic and non-magic users, right? Because like you find like the golden fox pet, right, from killing a fox or something that was like chasing your chickens, and you get that drop. It's like, wow. So yeah, you have those pets, right? Like all the standard pets. And if you look, like I have a lot of different kinds, right? You kill enough chickens, maybe you get like the gray rooster, right? Maybe you get the white chicken. You know, you bully the raccoon, right? Maybe you get the white raccoon. The drifters are kind of cool. My favorite is like the gray drifter because it also has some of like the blue in there. That's like my favorite drifter pet. But yeah, and this guy emotes too. I kind of like him because he's like an emo, right? Kind of depressing. But yeah, eventually he'll do the whole like, oh, look at his hands, or go down like that. Yeah, his whole upset. No, look at him. Oh, oh, you depressed little man. And of course, like the sentries and the drones and everything. Where do you get the wisp? You don't right now. You do not get the wisp. I actually don't have a good way to get you unique pets. So, I don't know yet. Besides, the wisp is not done yet. I just made it like on lunch today. So, the wisp is not done. You cannot have the wisp yet. All right, this guy's depressing me. Let's dismiss his ass. So I need a way like the fish with legs, the little magic book, the little dragon I want to put in. I have to come up with a way that's not like easy to get, right? Like a farmable, easy way to get those kind of specialty pets. Now I could try and lock achievements behind some things, but I don't really have good achievements for some of the stuff, right? Like fish with legs. How the hell do you get the fish with legs? I don't know. I don't know how. It'd be kind of weird killing fish for them. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want you to... I don't know. I just haven't found a good way for it. Yeah, what is my purpose? You pass butter. Oh, God. Join the club. Supporters, the way you get fish with legs? No, I'm not going to do that. Nope. Supporter pets, I don't want to have like a ridiculous amount of them, right? I want a lot of the pets to be pets that you could find in the game. The supporter stuff, it's like, I mean, it's the thank you for, for either interacting with me, right? Like you could become a supporter in many ways. Just talking to me about like, hey, I found something here and this is what I'm doing and cool. You know what? We talk a lot, we become friends, you become a supporter. Yeah. Oh, you haven't seen these, Fritz? Yeah. Yep. You for the supporters, they get the corrupt stuff because I think they look cooler. So you could get a corrupt locust, the saw blade, the bell, and I made the little gentle rabbit from Monty Python Quest for the Holy Grail. This pet right here, the rabbit. I may make that to where, like, if you are an alpha tester, right, and you have given me feedback, then maybe this is a pet that only you can get then, right? I'm not sure if I'm going to do that or not, but I think this is more than enough supporter pets here. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I got to think that through. Because as it sits right now, there's only like 3 people that I know of that have actually given me feedback and actually played the mod enough to give me good feedback. So yeah, only 3 people. Well, I guess if I include myself, it'd be 4 people total that would be getting it. So I don't know yet. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I may just keep it as is and be like, you know, it's a supporter pet. And maybe it's not like an alpha thing. But we'll see. We'll see. Let's make some... Oh, that's to remind me. I want to make like necromancer armor. Like, you know, just like the visuals for it. And you know what? Let's have a conversation about armor in general. Let's have a conversation about it while we're all here. So, a couple alphas ago. Well, actually, before I get into that, or fish, it could be to reach certain depth and cast a specific spell, and then get out of the water alive. That'd be so easy to do, Blurry. That'd be so easy to do. I have unending breath. You get that spell, you're guaranteed to get that fish. For not only you, for anyone you want to cast that spell on, you know, with, right? That's too easy. It's too easy. I like the idea, though. I like the... That's thinking outside the box, right? Like, you get fish with legs by going down into an ocean and doing something, right? Like, getting out alive, right? Like, if I did not have that spell, that could be feasible. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm sorry if I not have time, sadly, to do my part. That's fine. And that's the thing, right? I understand not everyone can stop what they're doing, but the people who have actually, like, you know, did a screen share with me and showing me, like, yeah, this is happening, I noticed this, you know, that's happening. I want to, it's like a thank you to them, you know what I mean? Want to do a thank you. And then I thought, you know, instead of coming up with something new, why don't I just have it to where I pick one of these little pets here, like maybe the fox or the bear, and I put a little wizard hat on him, you know? and that could be the thank you, right? A little pet, right? A little fox with a wizard hat and like a wand strap or staff strapped to its back. You know. Do you have the drop chances for pet set? I think it's a 1% chance right now. But yeah, so armor. Let's talk about armor. I have 2 questions with armor, right? One is, how do you acquire it? Oh, that's not bad. Oh, Fritz, by the way, it has to be killed by a player. If you try to create some automated thing where it drops from gravity or another NPC kills it or anything, it drops nothing. You have a 0% chance to find it. So, or you know what? It's not a 1%. I think, let's look. I think I may have made it like a 0.5% chance. Let me look. I don't remember, honestly. This would be in the JSON. No, this would not be in the JSON. I did this a unique way. Let's go into the elemental damage system. I don't think it's in here. No, it's not in here. Wait, it's another system. It is the... Oh, what is it called? I think it's a behavior. It's not a system. I have so many files now. So many subsections. Here we go. Elemental damage modifier system. It's in here. It's in here. So let's comment some of this stuff out. Okay. This is looking better. So it's not in that part. That's for the tiers to drop. So, yep, actually it's a 0.5% chance. 0.5% to attempt to drop a familiar of that type. But it's got to come from player damage source. It's a drop on death or on harvest. It's a drop on death. Has nothing to do with harvesting. Drop on death. What about the same idea, but the spell you cast at certain depth removes the water breathing, and then you have to get out in time? Yeah, I mean, I could see that, Blurry. I could see that, but see, the thing is, you're having me create a spell that serves one particular purpose, and that's to get this one particular pet, right? Making a spell, if I make a spell, I want it to be semi-universal, right? Not to get a pet. Not to get a pet. Now, I was looking at Minecraft mods, right? Because whenever you're stumped on something, it's good to look at other mods for inspiration. And there is a magic mod that, and it's funny because Verlia was sending me images of it, right? Because she has a Minecraft server that she is, you know, kind of firing up. And one of the magic mods on there, I forgot what it was called, but it had a lot to do with, like, the, you know, my world magic system, right? Rituals. And they, and like a day or two later, in the Vintage Story, like, you know, main chat there, you know, she added me, and it's because someone had went to, like, saw the same mod, right? And like the particles swirling up and everything, and I was like, all right, that's cool. But that mod basically revolves around the fact that you create a ritual and then you, like, summon your quote unquote pet that way. Problem with that is, you know, you're kind of, that's a little too easy. You know what I mean? You get summon magic. There, you know, you get the whole world magic stuff, right? Rituals and whatnot, pretty early in the game, right? And then making it, like, sure, I could make a really expensive reagent for it, but it feels like a cop out. You know what I mean? Water breathing scroll. Yeah, I mean, technically, I guess that is a way to do it, right? Like, sure, you do this thing, and it removes, like, underwater breathing if you have it, but then, you know, you could just reapply it with a scroll or cast the spell a second time. You know, it's a good idea, but I don't think it is the way. I could make it to where these pets have a chance of dropping with the ancient artifacts. Isn't an item to unlock, or you get a trait for rolling it? Spell of cleansing, right now you unlock it. I think by random chance you unlock it. I do want to make some of the spells something that you get rewards from when you do the meditation and the meditation insight. I just haven't done that yet. But I do want that to be like, oh, you got that spell. It's because you looked at a certain thing with meditation insight. Iron spells. Oh wait, no, it's not iron spells in that case. Yeah, I mean, it seemed kind of cool, but also it seemed kind of like lacking, right? It's like, oh, it makes pets. Okay. And I was looking at, like, another thing, and it's like, oh, you do all this cool stuff, and then you summon like 15 skeletons that fight for you. It's like, nah, man, that's not good. By now, gotta go to work. All right, see you later, Fritz. All of the pets drop from the obelisk at a rate of 1 to 500. Yeah, so you never see it. Yeah, the artifacts, I know what you mean. I will put that in probably now, just as like a supplemental thing. Why not, right? Why not? We're gonna roll a random. Let's pull up the ancient artifacts. Oh, I gotta do one more thing. Oh, whoops. It did not mean to click that. Dang nabbit. Trying to like hold on, I'm trying to do something on my other screen here. And boom. Perfect. The Whistler exclusive to the artifact drop table. Yeah, I mean that's a flat tire approach to it though. You know what I mean? Like anything that's unique like that, that's a flat tire, really super duper rare approach. The goal, the goal isn't to like, it's not to like, how should I say this? Like, I don't want them to be so rare people don't know they exist, because I think the pet system's gonna be freaking awesome. But I just need a way that's like not completely abusable. You know what I mean? Like it's a 1 out of 500 chance. Like you don't see these obelisks that often, right? So I can't really even have that be that high, because, you know, if it's calm out for multiple days, right? You've been playing for a couple hours and it's been calm the whole time. You're not even seeing any of the obelisks, right? And even the obelisks have, like, each rift has like a 1 out of like 100 chance, or 1 out of 200, or something really big to check to see if it summons this particular one of this kind of block. And it does that check like every 30 seconds that it's alive, right? So it's a slow process. For the leg fish, could you make like a secret ritual with the black torch necromantic ritual where you're trying to bring back a fish from the raw fish and other magic? It's a good idea, but that is an awful lot of work for something that only I'm gonna know about, and the two to three people who watched me make it on stream. Let's put it this way. I will ask you a question. The runes on the outside here, do you know what these runes say? Because they actually mean something, right? But do you know what these runes actually say? Chances are maybe one person remembers that. You know what I mean? But see, we're going back to a ritual though, right? Now, I do want to make a summoning ritual. You know what? Let's go into the creative world here, because I do want to make summoning rituals. I want you to be able to summon creatures like my my boss monsters to try and fight them. I could make something where you need to, maybe it drains your mana, right? Maybe you need like 250 mana to even attempt to do this conjuration kind of spell, right? You know, maybe you need that. And then it has a chance of like doing something with like a chance, like a % chance to like summon a random pet. You know, something where like you've put in your time as a mage, and you could do this thing that costs a lot of resources, right? And has it set up to try and get a pet. I'm not sure. But it always comes back to rituals. It always does. What was I working on before? Let me see here. Oh yeah, I was going to add the drop rate to the drop rates here. So hold on. Let me do that fast. I believe I want to look at the block. Boom boom. Let's put on another song. What song do I want to put on? Wait, where's that one song that people say always shows up? Always pops up on stream. Why am I not seeing it? That's not it. Did it play? It played already. We'll listen to it again. And now I'm going to put the music on random. Yeah, that's the one. I hear this every stream, Vice. It's a good song. You're welcome. All right. Unlock achievement. On block broken. So in here, let's set up a random chance. Oop. This is going to be called RNG. I'll just say familiar. Although it's not called familiar anymore, it's like registered as familiar still. Let's do maybe a drop chance that is the same as the kill chance. And I'll say if this familiar RNG is less than or equal to 1. Right? So basically, you have a 0.5% chance each time you do this to get a random pet, is what this is going to result in. So, yeah, it's the same thing I'm doing here. Boop. You know what? I'm just going to copy this whole thing. We're going to bring this method right over. Boom. We are going to copy that, hop back into here, paste, put this here, close that off, hop back into this. All right, so it's going to be this dot world or this dot API dot world. I'm going to have to create. What do I want to create? A switch? Maybe I'm gonna want to create a switch here because now I have to feed in all the values here. You know what? Maybe we don't need a switch to do it. My time, let's go. We're adding a familiar chance, a chance to drop a familiar when you mine an ancient artifact. That's what we're working on. You're all caught up, Juno. You're all caught up. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. All right, so we're gonna roll a random for the end for each. So I'm already going through the keys. Why don't I do this? Let's get an int for I'll just say amount equals. We'll paste this in dot count. Yeah, paste that in dot count. So that right there, it's not going to be an array. It's going to start at 1. So I can get the total count. And now what I can do is create another RNG. Whoops. There we go. And for this, I'll say RNG. You know what? I don't need. I'm gonna rebrand this RNG. I'll say RNG selection, and we're gonna put this count in here, right? +1. There we go. That way, we need to make sure that that it's going to be within a 1 to whatever the count range is. We're going to put something safe in here. I'm going to make sure we put an if statement in that says if RNG selection is greater than the count, means that something happened and maybe I took away a pet or 3 pets or whatever for whatever reason. I added more pets for whatever reason. We will default this to The RNG selection will equal 1. Right? So at least it'll have a default animal. If it rolls something that is out of bounds, no one would ever know, with it being such a big list. And ideally it should all be random anyways. And then I'm gonna copy this. Oh, you know what I could do now? I could go directly in here. I'm gonna have to bring one more method over, which is this guy. Oop, oop. There we go. So instead of like RNG end or anything, I'm going to copy, we'll copy this. Instead of modified values, right? Because I'm getting a substring here, I could just get the values. Let's cut this whole thing out. This does not have to be in a loop. I don't need to do a loop. What I do need to do is get this. Oop. Instead of getting keys in particular, I can do... I think I can just reach in like this, right? And I can say, I still need keys, but I'll do RNG selection. You know what? Wait, no, I need to get the indexed version of this, right? So let's look at array dot, and I believe it's called, it's not ordinate, it's index, right? Index of, or find, maybe find index. No. I think it's this. So I get the index of, I'm going to want to put in the RNG selection. Oh, you know what? No, this needs to be the reverse of this. From the index, I need to get the key, right? So let me look for that. Sort true resize. For each, find, maybe find. No, that's the array and then the predicate. Fill exists. No, that just checks to see if it exists. Create instance copy. Nope, that is copying the array over. Binary search. Searches a range of elements in one-dimensional sorted array for a value. Use the iComparable interface implemented by each element in the array by its specified value. So it looks like it actually does pull out from the index, but there's a lot of other stuff in there that I don't necessarily want. Excuse me. You know what? Maybe I don't want anything from array. Let's go into here. Let's see what I have available through this. Oh, we got a lot more options here. So contains would be a value. Start at the top here. So that would be adding to the array. I don't need that. Appending is the same thing. Is there a get first? Instead of, you know what? I think I'm making this harder on myself than it has to be. Instead of getting a count right here. Oh wait, you know what? No. I'm completely right. We're gonna Google this. C#. I will say get key from index, and we'll see what it gets us here. Dictionary get item by index. It's not a dictionary, but it can be. So we got a dictionary, right? So we have a couple things here. Getting an int random. Yeah, so that person had a problem. Okay, let's see what we got here. Element at random. Oh, element at. Hey, look at that element at. What does it want? It wants index. No way. All right, RNG selection, and then we do dot key, right? Because I want the key and not the value. Sweet. So that is the modified stat. We're going to put that into here. We will do one more safety check, and I like to do this with all of my stuff. So we're going to look at this array again, and I'm going to do a dot contains key, and I'm going to slap it in there, right? This will be another check in case this screws up for some reason, but was still allowed to pass. I will say, look at the list, right? Again, does this key exist in this list? If it does, then we're going to attempt to drop the familiar for that key. When we do that, we want to pop in api.world, get item. It's going to feed it right in. Creature in. And then over here, we're going to do API and band. Boom. This API, world, spawn item entity. Ooh, now I got to get the positional information. I think the way I want to do this is just dot this position, right? This dot. I need to put in position. I think. How do I do that again with this? How do I do that again? So I'm getting a position in here, which is a block position. So you know what? I know exactly how to do this. I'm just going to pass that variable into this method here. All right, so pop position in there, which means we're going to have to go down to here, and we're going to have to say block position, and then in here with drop familiar, we're going to put it in there as well, and it's going to be the same thing. Bam. So now in here, all I have to do is just position. I don't have to have the XYZ at the end. I believe it wants a vector 3D, so I could do dot as there it is, 2 vector 3D. Boom. So ideally, it should drop this at a low chance. To test this out, we are going to bump this chance up to be like an every time chance. So I'm going to put like 401, right? No matter what the random is, it should allow me to drop a familiar. We need to log out because I created some methods outside of methods. So we need to rebuild, hop back in. We're going to go into our throwaway world. I'm going to spawn a couple of those things and we're going to mine them. And we're going to see what kind of loot we get. We will still get random of all the other things, but it should be a familiar every time. I will break a handful of them just to make sure that we got the randomness right. I shouldn't be seeing the same pet. And we should not get any crashes. All right, I'll need a couple of tools here. I need the thing that can open a rift. And I guess, what's rift weather? Medium, good. So this won't just disappear right away. See, now I can place some blocks. Hey, one of my pets, one of my monsters came out. Oh, looks like we're converting some stuff. That's good. It doesn't matter which one of these I pick. Place a couple of these down. So I'll place 8 of them. We need a pick because you have to break these with a pick to get anything. Let me get rid of all of this other stuff. I'm going to keep the sheep skull mask as a reminder to make the necromancer armor. And what did we get there? All right, so that was transmog stone. Nice. Oh, I got the golden fox pet. Okay. All right, next. I got the rabbit, gold hair. Okay. Get rid of that stuff. I got the white wolf. Okay. It looks like it is working. Oh, I got a scroll from that one. Fuck yeah. Nourishing aura. That's a good buff. Oh, I got one of the elementals. Awesome. I got the fire sentry pet. All right. You know what? I dare say this is working pretty well. Break 2 of those. Yeah, so it looks like that's oh, that's a drifter pet. That is the tan drifter. Another spell scroll. Looks like I got another fox. Get rid of that stuff. Yep, and I got 2 more pets here. So we got the fire drone and the white hair. Working perfectly fine. Let me put down my admin blocks so I don't go back into this world all weird. Thank God I made these admin blocks. Makes this stuff so much easier. Perfect. All right. Let's put the chance back down. I will comment it here for my future self. All right, so we have another source for getting pets. They now also drop out of ancient artifacts. I think I was going to do something else with the ancient artifacts. I just don't remember what. I don't remember. Must not have been important. Isn't that how it works? All right, basic wand. There are the stats. Armor. All right, let's look at armor. We are going to make some more recipes. So where are my armor recipes now? Those are textures. These are shapes. Here we go, recipes. Grid. Cannot craft. Crap, where did I put these? Armors, okay. Good job, Passive Ice. Good job. Copy, paste. So this is going to be tier 2. Again, this is just until I get a better system and get more feedback. We're just going to make these crafting recipes. Boop. There we go. Oh, you know what? I'm not going to paste it in again. We're going to delete what I just pasted in. All right. Now we're going to modify each one here. So what kind of material should you have to get? I think one of your materials definitely has to be the previous piece of armor, right? It's got to be that. I'll give it like a Y. A Y. I haven't really used Y yet. There we go. I'm gonna have to put a wild card in here. And then for the allowed variants, do I need allowed variants? I don't think I do. Do I want to... Okay, this is another question. If I do this, do I want to preserve the missing durability of your armor? I have so many questions now. I have so many questions, right? Like, do you need Mage Weave anymore? I don't know. You know what? Let's go into the game. Hey, Dark, the corresponding Arcanist tier. Yeah, that'll probably change. But I don't think you need to add more like Mage Weave, right? There should be like more rare materials. I'm thinking. I don't know, we'll fool around. We'll see what we can do. It definitely will be the Primal Arcanist for like tier 2, right? Rustbound Magic Creative. You know, we could go back into this world. We just need to look at some recipes. Figure this whole thing out. All right. Let's look at equipment. Let's just look at this recipe, right? To make your tier 1, it makes sense that you would need Mage Weave, right? Looks like you can use some Ash and Arcanist. So basically it's been like Ash and Arcanist plus whatever you make it, right? So let's get a chest. Place this bad boy down in a way that's not annoying. Perfect. So now let's start with that chest. That's your result. Or no, that's the item. Your result is the tier 2 version of it. Where is it? Is it this? No, that's the Wanderers. Magicians. Here we go. Magician's robe, right? Becomes that. Yep, becomes that. So, what are the items here that we have available? Tier 2, you could definitely use some crystals in here. I could make that a thing. Make it to where like you could use any type of crystal. That'd give crystals a decent use. And then really you have the Glimmering Compound. We'll just grab a couple of those. And then you have the Arcanist for that tier as well, right? So we'll pop out the Arcanist. I think the Arcanist is a definite must. Because you see the blue Arcanist in the armor, right? Question is, how much Arcanist? If it took 8, right? It took 8 to make this. It's got to be more than 8, I would think. Maybe 12. Maybe. Because I got to keep this in mind too. This is something you should work for. And you're going to make this, ideally, you're going to make this once. Because you can keep repairing your armor right after you get it. Like, you keep repairing it. And when you die, you don't drop all your armor like in Minecraft, right? It, like, well, no. You know what? You do drop it. You know, I don't know. Let's find out. Do I see any armor there? Respawn. Okay, so you do at least drop your armor. Where am I? Wait. Kind of looks familiar. Where was I? Over here? Ah, there it is. My chest. So I guess you could lose your armor that way? Oh, I didn't have any armor on. Oh, no what? I'm like, wait a minute. Why didn't I pick any up? All right, let's grab a Gandalf hat here. Let's do a red Gandalf hat. We're going to soulbind this. Maybe a runestone and 8 Arcanus instead of 12. Oof, a runestone. Ooh, that would be, you know, that's not a bad idea. That would be an expensive item for sure. For sure. I'm just looking at it. I'm like, definitely expensive. That's not a bad idea. Maybe I'll do that. All right, so do I have it on now? Do I have the helmet on? Yep. /kill. Respawn. Nope. You do not drop your equipment. Don't drop it at all. Yeah, this shit's gonna be expensive. This is gonna cost your soul. Oh, where's all my stuff? Here we go. It's too bad that it does that, right? Like, make it to where if you die, you lose your equipment. Kind of makes it to... this is probably the same... this is using the same kind of system the base game has. I never wear armor. Like, every time I've played, I've literally killed things with flint spears and no armor. This is too nasty. You know what we could do? You know what? When you die, you are going to drop these pieces of armor. Should I do that? Should I take it upon myself to fix a corrupt system? Should I do that? Should I make it to where if you die, any armor you have on will drop? It's a good question, huh? Got a little hair. Little cat hair. Maybe let the armor lose durability. Oh, it loses, well, it would lose durability if I was in the right game mode. Oh, wait, you know what? Game mode. That could be doing it. Nope. Looks like it's still on my head. So you don't gain durability, you don't lose durability like that? Let's get something to hit me. Is the way to lose durability by actually getting hit? It's not the act of dying, it's the damage that you take. Come here. Brr. Oh shit. This guy hits hard. Okay. Whew. Heal me. Come over. Oh, fucking. Yeah. Take that and that. Interesting. I should be taking... I guess I broke it. It's not taking any durability loss. Here, let's do GM2. You take 5 there, buddy. Take 5. You got no more beef with me. Just stop. You're embarrassing yourself. Let's put on... Oh, geez, I don't know. This. Man, there's too much stuff in the way. Where'd that dude go? Oh, there he is. So the base game doesn't have a durability loss either? That's weird, huh? Thing is wrecking me. You know what? Maybe it takes damage if it kills me. No durability damage. How does this stuff get damaged? It doesn't get like damaged over time? I don't understand. And just to make sure, I'm in survival. That's weird, right? It's not how that's supposed to work. But apparently that's how it's working. If that's the case, geez. I don't need durability, right? If that is the case. Oh, is it because it's a higher tier? Like, I think this is technically protection level 2. I think like the regular crap armor, like this would be 0. Let me put on, that's the head, it's the wood, leg. Here we go. Put that on. Is that elemental still around here? Probably not. It probably went home. Despawn. All right. I'm gonna spawn more of them. I'll get blasted with spells this time. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? Wolf. Let's have a wolf attack me. I wonder if elemental damage isn't registering like the same. Oh, now I got some okay, some durability there. No durability there yet. So the weird part is it jumped up. It jumped down to like 10 for each one. Now it jumped down again. This thing's like almost dead. Oh. I guess I wasn't standing there. Let's do this. All right, where was I? I was over here. Look at him laying there with a full belly. How dare you, sir? How dare you even think that's a good thing? All right, I'm so sorry. You did great. Nothing against you. But I need you gone. Sorry. I'll revive you later. Maybe. Maybe. Creatures. All right. So let's go back to, you know what? Let's pull out a fire sentry. Oh, great. Now I'm freezing to death. Boom. All right. Blast me. 878. 872. 878 to 872. Now just let this thing blast me. This is at 0. Ooh, does the protection tier matter for like the attack tier? Doesn't attack have a tier with it? Or like the monster or something? So I wonder if I'm not getting durability damage because I have them set at the wrong tier. Let's take a quick little look here. Block, mana stone, netherite, no. This is gonna be an entity. This is gonna be the, I will increase the sentry, right? Oh wait, I gotta look at the JSON for it, not that. Elemental sentry. And I believe it was, saw it somewhere here. All right, so we got the code, got the air drag. These are all behaviors. I don't need behaviors. Was it in AI tasks for like the attacking? It's priority. Let's take a look at the wolf. Let's take a look at the wolf. Assets, survival, entity, land, wolf male. All right, so we got entity wolf here. Catchable, trap destroyed. I don't care about any of that. Killed by information. Okay, so we got shape. Maybe I'm misremembering this. I very well could be. But I thought there was something in here where it had, like, it had their tier. Those are the items. Breathe. AI task. Damage tier. That's what it's called. Damage tier. So I should be able to get my sentry here. Not there. Let's go into here. We'll go with damage. I'll have damage tier at 2. Because, right, yeah, nothing went down there, nothing went down there. So it could be damage tier that's messing things up. All right. Blast me. Boop. Yeah, take that. 878, 872. So we're still there. We're still there. This guy isn't attacking as fast. What I will also do is copy this. We're gonna add this to the drone. I feel like the drones hit faster. I should probably have damage tier on them as well. Okay. Oh, damage tier 1. I did have it here. Let me change that to 2. Do you see? I want to point this out. My drones here did 4 points of damage, right? 4 points of damage. A wolf does 8 points of damage. I was told my drones hit too hard. How does that make sense? Why is that the case? I don't know. I'm not going to increase them, but I'm just saying that is BS. that's bull crap. All right. We got to reload so these changes can take effect, and then we'll summon a drone and let them beat on me too. The drone's more annoying though, right? Because it like smacks me into the air. Maybe what I should do is like build. I'm gonna build a fence here. GM2. I'm gonna build a fence. Whoops. That way, when I get hit, I can just tuck myself into the corner and they can just beat on me. There we go. I'll kind of bump it out a little bit. There we go. Ugh. I feel bad that thing is still there. Let's there we go. Perfect. Let's get my drone creatures. $787. 878. Oh, whoa. Or maybe it's the type of damage. It could be. That's kind of what I'm testing here. It looks like I see their damage tier now, at least. Yeah, you know what? By this point, I would say it could be the type of damage. Let me take one more look at things here. Because I have an idea. I want to spot check attributes. Magic modifier. Those are my magic stats. Or my stat modifier, right? The protection modifier should be good. The default loss. Per tier related protection loss. Per tier flat damage, a reduction loss. All that stuff is the same. It's all the same. So it's got to be the damage type coming in. Maybe I need to add a little something more to my elemental damage to reflect the same thing. Let's pull up the base game code. Oop. And maybe it's the damage type. Wolf has slash damage. Very true. It could be. It could be that. Maybe there's something where it's like, if it's a certain type of damage, then you incur durability loss. If not, then you don't. Which is fine, because I can easily just inject, you know, you take this damage, now this durability takes damage, right? Your durability on your equipment takes damage. Let's look at... We want to look at damage. Caps lock. Damage. Lock damage. Damage on touch. Damage source. This is kind of what I want first. Damage source. We get the source, caused entity, source type, hit, source block, damage tier, tier of weapons used, the knockback. All right, so we're going to analyze damage source and see where it's used. Exposed by. I'm looking for base game stuff. So on hurt. Receive damage. All right, so here we go. Receive damage, behavior on receive damage. Hurt counter on hurt. Start the animation for hurt. Damage source position. So it normalizes the actual damage. I think that's your knockback right there, right? So what is this? What is this? Let's analyze you. Overridden by. Okay, here we go. Entity behavior health. So that's healing effectiveness. Entity on hurt. That's just going back to the entity. Did I look at on hurt before? Be nice if all this stuff was like in the same place. It would be really awesome if it was. Not really seeing what I would expect, right? So this is the entity player on hurt. We shake the camera. If damage source, oh, what are we looking at here? If damage source, so heal equals heal. If it's blunt piercing, we send a message. Message doesn't do anything. Oh, is this if it kills you? Is that what all this is? Yeah, server side. And it looks like we're getting language files. Yeah, get healed, get damage, by player, by entity. So we're just adding some extra swerve on this right now to give you like flavor text. And shake your camera. Yeah, and we got the player death reason. Should receive damage. Here, receive damage. So if it's fire, apparently we add fire damage. The fuck? Alright, what about this? Okay, if you're invulnerable, this looks a little better. This is the same thing we've seen before. This is the knockback. I'm not really seeing where it takes away the durability. There's gotta be some kind of listener that's running. Maybe if I type in durability. See if we come up with any keywords here. System. Okay, so that's my mod, my other mod. So we're setting durability. Tool durability, cost durability modifier. Maybe I should just make a listener. Let me try and play around with a listener. I may be able to do this pretty easily. So in here, inventory slot, wearable update, player inventory manager, get own inventory. All right, so if inventory slots are modified, then we're gonna do that. inv dot. So let's look. Last change, millisecond server startup. I can't do anything with that. So I have slot notified. Event that fires when notify slot was called. Slot modified. What other stuff do I have? Is that really it? Lame. So I can't really hook into that. Maybe there's a listener with the player. Oh, it's by player here. By player dot. All right, we're looking for any kind of listener. All right, so in world action, that's one. Maybe that's what I want. So I could try and do in-world action plus equals delegate. We'll see if I can muddle through this. I don't really deal with listeners that often. What does it want? Tell me what you want. I don't even know what this thing does. Here we go. Represents a player on server side that joined the server at least once. May not be online at this point. So connection, IP address. This is not what I want. Disconnect, in-game error, setting roles. This is not what I want at all. That's I don't want to hook into this at all. Boom, deleted. Well, you know, wait. What if I look at player.entity? Now let's look at listeners here. I think before maybe the role was a little too much. On footstep, on impact. What does that mean? Call when the player falls to the ground. Oh, no. On initialize, that's not what we want. Come on, dude, I just want to see the goddamn damage. That's all I want. Intercept the damage, please. Damn it all. Because I'm just putting a behavior on this. So event manager on entity loaded. Ooh, here we go. I am doing something here. Health. Ooh. Oh, dude, I could just tap into this section here. So if you are taking elemental damage, I'm returning the damage amount here. Ooh. Okay. I think I need to do this modifier for the player. In source, elemental type fire. Player attributes, resist fire. Okay, so this is incoming damage coming into the player. What I'm gonna do is get entity. So let's look at player in dot gear inventory, right? The player wearables or walk entity. No. Gear inventory. Dot Is there anything here for durability? There is not yet. All right, so I need to have a certain slot, I believe. I need to look for a slot ID. You know, and I have the slot IDs figured out here, right? Here we go. I made constants for them. Thank you, Past Vice. You are a fucking rock star, man. This guy, right? This guy. All right, let's save that and close that out. So I could do RMR references dot. Here we go. Get the head dot. So now that I'm getting the slot ID, gear slot ID, item slot. Oh no! I can't do it this way. I'm doing this somewhere else. I remember I commented out the code because I didn't need it there, but I figured it out. Magic knowledge. Is player wearing armor equipment? This is it. So let's look for this, which should be, I believe, right in here. Guess it's a little further down. Here, armor checks and bonuses. It's probably in here. Where is this method? Damn it, I just need to find the damn method. I guess I could do this, and then put in an S, because I know it has to be a string. Was it a string? I've got to remember what this is. Wouldn't it be something if I totally forgot to, like, I deleted this whole method out? Then I got to figure this shit out again. Because I'm using it and so... Oh, here it is. Here it is. Oh, it was an int. It was looking at the armor slot. I should have done an int. It would have come up right away. All right, so wearing armor, player armor, gear... inventory. Okay. All right. So I'm not getting slot by ID. What I need to do is get the gear inventory for this dot. All right, now I should be in that gear slot. Take out, hold. Can hold, take from, activate slot. Well, I could change the background icon. That's pretty neat. Get remaining slot space. You know, I don't really want anything for the slot. I want the item stack, because this is an item, right? And then I want to get, I believe I want item at that point, and then we can get durability. There it is. So get durability. There's a certain way to get the durability. Certain way. How do we do that again? You know what? I know I figured this out already, and I have that snippet of code in here. Oh, in the same place we were looking before. It's for the sanctum interactions. When you die, I take durability from your socketed sanctum. So that's what I'm doing here. I am setting, I'm getting the int for durability, and then I'm setting it based on a random number. I do like that idea, and we're gonna use it. So it's gonna be, it's actually not the item necessarily. I think it's the attributes for item stack that we need to look at. Attributes. And this would be what? Get int. I'm just going to copy this. So this should be a set int. Oh, you know what? It shouldn't be. Wait a minute. It really should go through item. There's an item. I think this is the safe way. Damage by, right? Or damage item is what I want. And then this wants a couple things, right? World, the entity, the item slot, and the amount, right? So for world, it's going to be player_in.world. And then it wants the player, which is, of course, player in. And then it wants the slot, which is the gear inventory slot. So we need this. Whoops, pasted in the wrong place. And now we want the durability amount. I'll put 1 in there for now. So when I get hit now, it should for elemental damage, right? Because this is only for elemental damage. It should take durability now. Should take 1 durability each hit. I'm not sure if I got a restart here. Nope. It's happening. 5, 4, 3. Yep, there we go. So now let's propagate this so it happens to all pieces of armor. So head, body, oops. Head, body, and legs, right? So now it should be hitting... It should be damaging each piece, but I don't want static damage, right? Each hit you take, it lowers your durability of 1 each time. If we saw how the game was working, there were times when you would take no damage, right? And then there were times when, or you would take no durability damage, and then sometimes it would tick for 1, sometimes it would tick for 2. So let's roll some randoms here to make this feel a little better. So we're going to say int RNG. I'll say RNG head DMG. Or RNG DMG head. There we go. Equals, we will say playerin.world.random.next. We are going to roll a 1 out of 100. You got to put 101 because it doesn't include the number you put in. It does 1 number short of it. So that's going to roll a random 1 out of 100. Now we can say if, right? If RNG is less than or equal to, let's say 50. Let's do a 50%. Sometimes you get hit, sometimes you don't. Cut this out. Paste it in there. There we go. Random head. Now we're going to roll 2 more randoms because I want them to be independent. We're going to roll 1 for body, and we're going to roll 1 for the legs. Copy, paste, paste, right? So we will do body next, which means this has to be body. And change that. This is going to have to be legs. Change that. And that. There we go. So I could get rid of that, right? So now we have a 50-50 chance that you will take durability. We can push this a little further now. Let's roll 3 more randoms. And we're going to say amount. and the amount is going to be a 1. It either does 1 durability or 2. All right. So, copy. Paste, paste, and paste. Right, so head, body, and legs. There we go. This should feel very randomized now. It looks like localized damage, but random damage will also do the job. Yeah, right. Like I've been helping a couple people do some modding stuff, right? Kind of get into it, and really, you have to release the preconceived notion of like what you think the game is doing. And you kind of have to trick people, right? In a way, like magic doesn't really exist, like the randomness doesn't exist to the extent, right? But if you can mimic a lot of things, right? So with this, it's gonna feel random enough to where like as you're taking damage, like sometimes the durability is gonna be a little all over the place, right? And maybe that 2 is too high, right? Maybe the 2 is a little too high. In which case, I would just have to reduce this number if that's the case. But we gotta see, because this is true RNG. Whoops. So that hit for 2. Ooh, here we go. What do we got? The item stack returned null. Oh, I forgot to do a check. Whoops. We gotta add one more check here. Yeah, let's... Can I just continue? Can I continue? Okay, it's gonna be pissed off for a bit. We need a couple more if statements. It's really important whenever you do a check or whenever you're gonna modify something in an inventory to make sure that that slot isn't empty. Because you can't modify which has no item. Right, so I just need to put an empty check in here. So I'll say if this is not empty, right, then it's upset at the legs because remember I have nothing in the leg slot. We'll paste that in. Copy, paste. There we go. So instead of head now, this is going to be body. This is going to be legs. Cut, paste, and cut, paste. There we go. That should be happier. There we go. No more crashes. So my elemental damage... Oh, I'm gonna die! No! Damn it. GM2. They knocked me out. So mean. And they're just walking away. It actually did bump it down. It was 863 before. GM2, GM1. All right, come at me, bro. 860. There we go, 50. So that was 2 durability. It's feeling like the game, like how the game is doing it. Right? Because you're not getting durability hit. That time I lost 1 after a couple hits. That feels good. That feels random. Problem solved. Problem solved. All right. What I really came on to do, right? Here, we'll just thank you for beating me up, everyone. I appreciate it. I made you, but no big deal, right? NBD. I created you. I gave you life, and that's how you treat me. All right. God, I can't wait to make these guys. The bosses, like the mini bosses. Oh, it's gonna be so good. These are gonna be hard as shit. Let me tell you. And I'm gonna make it to where like they'll be able to break shit. Like you're gonna have to really think about where you summon this thing, but the loot you're gonna get from it, well, it's gonna be awesome. Equipment. I'm like, wait, what am I doing? Equipment, right? We were trying to figure out what what the recipe should be. Wow, I got so sidetracked. Holy moly, man. Not even fair. Why did I do that? There we go. But Dark had mentioned using a rune stone. So I could make it to where like the corners, right? You have to have like your crystals, right? Your medium crystals. How about instead of the glimmering compound, you will need the tier 2 version of the stuff, right? The tier 2 version. Let me look at this. Hold on. Let me see how much I'm having you have need 4 for like 2 areas there. So why don't I do the same thing? Eternal Ash. Something like that. Right? Something like that. You know, the advanced runestone feels out of place a little bit. Kind of feels a little out of place. Really, an advanced runestone is 6 Arcanus and a chiseled block, right? Because you make it through a ritual now. I don't think you should consume an advanced runestone. Because that's basically what the advanced runestone is. Plus, you know, the pittance of an enchanted stone. I could probably just keep it at that. Wait. Let's consult this one more time. So I'm using 8 in the chess piece, right? So maybe I just do 8. I could do that. Perfect. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. It takes up the full area. I can have it to where it's not like water stone. I could put any stone. I'll put any kind of elemental ash. Is this dude serious? Pushing me around? I made you. maybe doing this with that creates the next step up. Man, look at that. Look at that stat difference, right? 15 mana, 5%, 1 mana regen, 75 mana, 15% mana cost, and 2 seconds per mana, per regen tick. That is awesome. That is really awesome. All right, this will be the recipe. Print screen. I got to get some kind of recipe in there. You got to be able to at least make this. And if people are upset about it or it's imbalanced, at least you can get it naturally in the game. At the very least. All right, let's save and quit. Let's pull up recipes. Actually, where is the here it is. Here it is. So I'm going to, what am I going to do? I'm going to delete all of this. I don't need multiple recipes. Oh, I got, oh crap, it's like 5. I don't have that much longer to live stream. Oh boy. We're gonna have to rush this a little bit. Although I will also be back on later tonight. I'm not sure, again, right? I'm not sure if I'm gonna live stream or if I'm just gonna hop in the Discord, do a screen share, and whoever wants to come in and chat and, like, you know, give feedback directly, I will be there. Should you need a resonator? Interesting. I think you should have a resonator. Boom. One down. Here we go. So for the ash, that's what I would need there. Let's look at blocks. This is going to be the elemental. Here, get rid of that. Right. So I have the resonator, which I'll put in the top slot, which it's already kind of there. Oh shit, I'm modifying the wrong recipe. No, undo everything. Okay. This isn't what I want either. I need to copy that. Mage armor, is this it? All right. I don't trust myself with what I just did. We're gonna go to changes. Whoops. This is why I tell people, please, like, if you're gonna do this stuff, get GitHub. Like, save yourself so much headache. Because now I can go through here, and I'm just looking for recipes, right? So these are the new recipes that I made. I don't see any modifications to my old recipes, which means I didn't screw anything up. I just added the new recipes. And we're gonna start here. I will paste this in. I'll give this like C, right? So we got to start building this, right? So elemental crystals are going to be E. And then you'll have your resonator there. Next step down. Yep. Next step down is the Arcanus. This is going to be Primal. Primal Arcanus. I'll just put the whole stack of 8. You know what? In that position. And then I will get rid of this. So this is going to be E, M, E. Actually, instead of M, I made it Y. So let's do Y. And this should make the tier 2. Get rid of that. Okay, so this should be a valid recipe, I think. I may need to have like an allowed variance, but I can deal with that. All right, we're gonna try it out here. I'm gonna start it up, and we're gonna find someone to raid because I have to be an adult. Good song to end on. Vintage Story. Who is streaming Vintage Story? Oh, looks like it doesn't want the Resonator Dark, Resonator Light. What? I gotta look at that. Damn it. Mage armor. I need my mage armor. So it should be this guy. No, wait, this guy. Damn it, I hate when it does that. There we go. Okay, so it doesn't, no, that's the apprentice. Here we go. Okay, so it doesn't see anything yet. I think I'm gonna have to put in a variant, but I have to go. So I cannot troubleshoot this. It is saying the problem is with the... It's saying tool resonator neutral, tool resonator light. So there was a definite problem here. Oh, it's because of type. That's why. So these have to be different if I'm going to do name and type. Okay. Okay, that makes me feel a little better. All right, who's live streaming? Who do we? Wow, we got a lot of people. Holy moly! I'm gonna raid and run. We got our boy Sparkheart here. I hate it here. Pack your bags. You know, if you hate it, don't play it, man. Relearning the old ways. You know, let's just raid Sparkheart. Oop. Sparkheart should be used to me raiding and running. Slash raid Sparkheart. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching me. We've made a lot of progress. Once I get these recipes in, I'm going to update my GitHub and document things. Maybe I'll push out another alpha. Like I said, tonight I'm going to probably be on just doing a Discord stream. Yeah, look at that. So we got some kind of recipe, although this is incorrect. I will figure that out later, but at least it's a valid recipe. Yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be a good night. Oh, that's why this needs to be C. All right. Thank you everyone for watching. Have a wonderful evening. And if you're in Discord later, hop in and yeah, it'll be fun. All right, everyone. See you later. Bye.